Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hidden Korea, where the biggest surprises, heartwarming moments, and behind-the-scenes stories of Korean stars come to life. Today, we've got a story that has completely taken over social media and left fans across the world screaming in disbelief. That's right. Yoon Se breaks the internet with adorable date photos of Lee Chae-min and Yoon. The internet went wild after Yoon Se shared a series of photos that looked way too romantic to be casual, showing Lee Chae-min and Yoon in what fans are calling a real-life drama moment. Were they just filming together? Or is there something more behind those sweet smiles and gentle glances? Stay tuned, because what started as a simple Instagram post has turned into one of the most talked about celebrity moments of the year, right here on Hidden Korea. It all began with a single post, an innocent-looking carousel of photos, uploaded to Yoon Se's Instagram at exactly 8:03 p.m. No captions. No hashtags. Just 3 pictures, casually shared. And yet, within minutes, those images sent the entire Korean entertainment world into a frenzy. The first photo showed Lee Chae-min and Yoon sitting side by side at an outdoor cafe. Sunlight spilling softly across their faces. They weren't dressed like celebrities, no stylists, no designer accessories, just simple hoodies and smiles that looked too natural to be staged. The second picture captured them walking down a narrow Seoul alley, holding takeaway drinks, laughing at something unseen. The third, the one that made the internet lose its mind, showed Yoon looking up at Chae-min with a shy grin while he brushed something from her hair. Fans couldn't handle it. Within 10 minutes, the post had 1 million likes. Within an hour, Lee Chae-min and Yoon became the top trending topic across Korea, Japan, and Southeast Asia. What shocked everyone wasn't just how intimate the photos looked, it was who posted them. Yoon Se, one of the most respected young actresses in Korea and a close friend of both stars, had uploaded the pictures herself. There was no promotional tag, no agency watermark, nothing to indicate this was part of a campaign or drama. It looked personal. People flooded her comments. Wait, are they dating? Why would Se post this if it's not real? Is this a leak or a soft launch? Her account went from calm to chaos in seconds. Theories exploded. Was it a hidden marketing move? A secret project? A prank? Or had Yoon Se accidentally, or intentionally, revealed something that was never meant to go public? The answer wasn't clear. And the silence from all three made things worse. Neither Lee Chae-min nor Yoon said a single word. Not even a like. Not a repost, not a denial. The absence of a response made the pictures feel even more real. A journalist from Star News dropped a bombshell. The cafe in the background of the photo wasn't a public space, it was part of a small boutique coffee shop known to be frequented by celebrities who wanted privacy. The owner confirmed anonymously that the two had visited several times off camera in the past months. That revelation broke the internet all over again. Clips from past award shows resurfaced, showing moments where Lee Chae-min and Yoon had interacted on stage, the brief smiles, the shared laughs, the subtle eye contact. Suddenly, every glance seemed like hidden proof. Every gesture a confession. Did we miss it this whole time? One fan wrote. Hiding in plain sight. By midnight, Yoon Se's post had been shared more than 5 million times. People began tagging it as Seoul date scandal and Yoon Chae-min. But while fans speculated, the mood inside their agencies was anything but romantic. According to an insider, both management teams were caught completely off guard. No one knew about the photos. It wasn't a planned reveal, the source said. We only found out after it went viral. Meetings were held overnight. PR managers scrambled to control the narrative. Should they deny it? Ignore it? Or let it breathe and watch what happens? Every decision felt like a landmine. Meanwhile, fans were already digging deeper. One user discovered that Lee Chae-min and Yoon had both been spotted wearing identical baseball caps in separate airport photos from last month. Another noticed matching phone cases. Suddenly, the internet was full of side-by-side comparisons, circles, arrows, and wild claims. But the real shock came the next morning. At 9:15 a.m., reporters gathered outside a KBS studio where Lee Chae-min was scheduled to appear for a variety show taping. Normally cheerful, he arrived with his head down, wearing sunglasses, avoiding the flashing cameras. The crowd erupted. Chae-min, are you dating Yoon? Is it true? Please say something. He didn't answer. He gave a polite nod, waved briefly, and disappeared inside. But the tension was written all over his face, the kind that said something big had happened. A few hours later, Yoon-sia herself finally broke her silence. At 1 p.m., she uploaded an Instagram story. The background was plain white. The text read, "They look beautiful together. Don't they? Smiling face with smiling eyes, friendship memories." That one line set off another explosion. Was she confirming it? Denying it? Or teasing fans on purpose? The choice of emojis, a smile and a heart, only added to the confusion. Entertainment talk shows went wild. Panelists debated for hours. Was this a soft reveal? Could this be a PR move before a drama? Or are we witnessing the start of Korea's next real celebrity couple? One particularly sharp-eyed reporter pointed out that the photos didn't look recent. The weather, the clothes, the sunlight all suggested they were taken weeks ago. Raised another question: why now? Behind the scenes, industry insiders whispered that Yoon-sia had posted the photos as a form of gentle revenge. Some claimed she had been close to both stars during filming and felt left out after they grew closer. Others said she meant no harm, that she simply wanted to share happy memories and had underestimated how fans would react. Regardless of the motive, one thing was clear: the photos had changed everything. By that evening, Yoon-ah's management issued a brief statement. "I'm Yoon-ah and Lee Chae-min share a friendly relationship as colleagues. Please avoid speculation." But by then, it was too late. The spark had already become a wildfire. Fan-made videos romanticizing their connection flooded TikTok and YouTube, clips of them walking side by side, slow-motion edits, love songs overlaid on interviews. Comments poured in from all over the world. "They look perfect together. Just admit it already. We ship them, official or not." The frenzy reached a point where even celebrities started commenting. One actor jokingly wrote, "Yoon-sia, you just broke the internet." That wasn't an exaggeration. The post literally caused Instagram to lag from the sudden traffic surge. But beneath all the excitement, something darker brewed. Inside the entertainment circle, whispers began to circulate that the photos weren't just innocent snapshots, but part of something much deeper. Someone claimed there was a fourth, unposted photo, one that showed Lee Chae-min and Yoon-ah holding hands under the table. That image, they said, had been deleted at the last minute. Was it true? No one could confirm. But the rumor alone was enough to turn fascination into obsession. By nightfall, reporters began camping outside both stars' homes. Photographers tracked every move. Sea evaporated. And as the tension grew, one question echoed louder than all the rest. Did Yoon-sia accidentally expose a hidden romance? Or had she just set off the most unexpected publicity storm of the year? Whatever the truth was, Lee Chae-min and Yoon-ah were now caught in a whirlwind neither of them had prepared for. The next move they made would change everything. By the next morning, Seoul was awake long before the sun. The scandal had outgrown the internet. It was everywhere, on TV, in newspapers, and even on radio talk shows. Reporters camped outside agency buildings. Photographers waited near studios. And fans gathered in crowds, holding banners that read "Protect Yoon-ah" and "We support Chae-min." It was no longer just gossip. It was a national event. At 9 a.m., Yoon-sia's agency released a brief statement. The photos were shared without ill intention. Yoon-sia regrets the misunderstanding caused and apologizes to those affected. But the apology only fueled more questions. What was misunderstanding? What exactly was misunderstood? Why hadn't the actors denied the rumors outright? Then came the shock no one expected. Lee Chae-min's agency announced an emergency press conference. At 2 p.m., every major entertainment outlet gathered at a hotel ballroom in Gangnam. Cameras lined the aisles. Lights flashed endlessly. And the air was thick with anticipation. The doors opened. Lee Chae-min walked in. Wasn't smiling. He wore a simple white shirt and a gray blazer. His expression calm but heavy. The flashes hit his face like lightning. But he didn't flinch. He stepped up to the microphone, bowed deeply, and spoke in a voice that was steady, trembling with emotion. "I know everyone has questions. And I know this situation has caused confusion. I want to speak honestly today." The room went silent. The photos Sia posted were not from a drama set. Taken in real life. Gasps filled the room. Reporters froze mid-scribble. Yes, they were real moments, not for promotion, not for a campaign. Having coffee that day. We didn't expect to be seen. First time, he looked directly into the cameras. His eyes were tired, but sincere. Yoona and I are close. We've grown closer over time. But I want to be clear, we didn't plan to make it public like this. We just wanted something normal. Something real. And the crowd grew louder. Someone asked, "So, are you confirming you're dating?" He took a deep breath. Confirming that I care about her deeply. And whatever you want to call it, friendship, love, it's ours. It's real. The flashes exploded again. His voice cracked slightly as he continued. Speak for her. She deserves her own voice. But I'll take responsibility for my part in this. He bowed again. The room was in chaos. Some reporters shouted questions. Others just stared, shocked. Within minutes, clips of his statement went viral. Chemin confirms relationship, screamed headlines. But it wasn't the declaration itself that shocked people, it was the honesty in his tone. The way his words didn't sound rehearsed or strategic. It felt human. Then, just as the world was processing his words, twist dropped. At 3:30 p.m., Yoona uploaded a handwritten letter to her Instagram. The photo showed white stationery. Her delicate handwriting perfectly neat. It read. When the photos were posted, I was surprised. I didn't know what to say at first. But after seeing the reactions, I realized that hiding isn't the same as protecting. Chemin and I have known each other for a long time. Came friends through work. But somewhere along the way, that friendship became something more. We didn't plan to reveal this, not now. Like this. But it's true. We care about each other. And we're thankful for the warmth you've shown us. Please allow us to live quietly. Without fear or judgment. The letter broke the internet again, only this time. Not with shock, but with emotion. Fans flooded her post with support. They're brave. Let them be happy. Real love in an unreal world. The comment section became a sea of heart emojis and tears. Even fellow celebrities began leaving words of encouragement. One wrote, "In this industry, honesty is the rarest gift. You both gave us that today." The fans embraced their confession. Another storm brewed behind the scenes. According to reports, some brand contracts were temporarily suspended. The agencies faced immense pressure from sponsors and production teams worried about image impact. One insider revealed, both sides were advised to remain silent. But they chose to speak anyway. It was a risk, a big one. That risk, however, began to pay off. In 48 hours, public opinion completely flipped. Instead of a criticism, there was admiration. The story that had started as a scandal transformed into something pure, a love story in real life. TV networks replayed clips from their old interviews. Moments of shy laughter and subtle glances. Missed it, fans wrote. The chemistry was real all along. Days later, Yoon Se appeared publicly for the first time since the chaos. At a film event, reporters approached her nervously, acting tension, but she smiled, bowed, and said quietly, "I didn't mean to start a storm. I only wanted to share something beautiful." That one sentence softened everything. By then, the dust had settled. Media frenzy faded, replaced by calm acceptance. Lee Chemin and Yoona didn't hide anymore. They didn't flaunt their relationship. But they didn't deny it either. Weeks later, the couple was spotted at an art exhibit, quietly walking hand in hand. No disguises, no guards. Just two people sharing a moment. The photos taken that day weren't leaked. They were captured by fans who respected their space, who smiled from afar instead of shouting questions. One viral comment under those new pictures summed up everything perfectly. It started with chaos, but look at them now. Peaceful. Real. Months passed, and both stars continued their careers successfully. Yoona's film became a hit. Min's new drama topped the charts. But something in them had changed, a quiet confidence. A gentleness that couldn't be scripted. Later interview. Lee Chemin was asked what he learned from the experience. He paused for a moment, then said softly, "I learned that truth always finds its way out, no matter how hard you try to hide it. And sometimes, that's a good thing." He smiled, not a practiced celebrity smile, but something smaller. Almost private. Maybe love isn't about keeping secrets. Maybe it's about surviving them together. That line went viral all over again, not as gossip, but as poetry. And somewhere out there, Yoon Se must have smiled too, because what began as a post that broke the internet had somehow fixed something deeper. In the end, it wasn't about exposure or scandal. It was about timing, honesty, and the kind of love that doesn't need perfection to be real. Because beneath the flashing lights and trending hashtags, there was something that couldn't be denied: two hearts caught in the chaos, yet choosing each other anyway. And that's why, even months later, when people talk about that Instagram post, they don't call it a controversy anymore. They call it a beginning. As the noise of headlines faded and the world moved on, one quiet truth remained: sometimes, the most unexpected moments reveal the most genuine hearts. His photos may have broken the internet, but they also broke the illusion that fame and love cannot coexist. Through all the chaos, Lee Chaemin and Yoon are reminded us that sincerity still shines, even under the brightest lights. They didn't need to perform. They didn't need a script, because what they showed was something real. A simple connection that turned the chaos of curiosity into the calm of acceptance. And in the end, that's what makes this story unforgettable: not the shock, not the gossip, but the quiet courage to be honest in a world built on masks. This has been Hidden Korea, where we uncover the unseen, the emotional, and the true stories behind the stars. Thank you for watching, for feeling, and for believing with us. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, even behind the brightest spotlight, can still be beautifully human.